Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to build and run a NanoClaw, an open source AI agent inside Docker Sandboxes on a Mac OS. We'll walk through the complete setup from creating an Anthropic API key and installing Docker Sandboxes to cloning NanoClaw and completing the interactive setup. You'll also see how Docker securely manages your API keys so you aren't exposed directly to the agent. So by the end of the video, you'll have NanoClaw running inside a secure Docker sandbox, particularly using WhatsApp as a demonstration. So let's go ahead and get started. Now you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, before we even start anything, why do I even need sandboxes when we have Docker containers? Which is a fair question, but it breaks down like this. Because AI agents can take actions on your behalf, it's a good idea to run them in a sandbox. A regular Docker container provides isolation, but a Docker MicroVM Sandbox goes a step further by placing the container inside its own lightweight virtual machine, providing stronger isolation from your host. Now that's out the way. To get started, you'll want to log in with a Google account or an email. I already have mine's cached, so it's just going to go ahead and load. And once you are logged in, you'll be prompted with an interface like this. And then at the very top right, you can click Get API Key and then follow the steps once you hit the Create API button after giving it a name and a workspace. Next, we need to install Docker Sandboxes. I'm going to be using Homebrew, which is a popular package manager for macOS that makes it easy to install and manage command line tools. So the first thing is to tell Homebrew to trust Docker's official Homebrew tab, which is the repository where Docker publishes its packages. Next, I'll install the SBX command line tool. This is the tool we'll use to create and manage Docker sandboxes directly from the terminal. And during the installation, Homebrew will download the necessary files, install the tool, and then automatically clean up any temporary downloads and cache files. Once the sandbox is installed, I'll want to log in, and I can just type in SBX login. I'll be prompted from another window to authenticate, and all I need to do is just confirm, and immediately I'll see that I'm signed in as my username. And to double check, I could just check the version, SBX version, and once confirmed, we are good to go. The next thing I need to do is to create a new directory called NanoClaw Workspace. The -p flags simply ensures the directory exists, creating it if needed without throwing an error if it's already there. Next, I navigate into the NanoClaw directory. This will serve as the workspace that gets mounted into the sandbox and where my NanoClaw project files will live. Now I launch a new Docker MicroVM Sandbox by running SBX run name NanoClaw shell. This creates a sandbox named NanoClaw and opens an interactive Linux shell inside it. The first time you run SBX, Docker starts the sandbox service and asks you to choose a default network policy. I recommend balance, which blocks most network traffic by default while still allowing access to common developer resources. After confirming the network policy, Docker creates the NanoClaw sandbox and downloads the required image layers. This is a one-time setup, so future launches will be much faster. Once the download finishes, the sandbox is ready to use, and you're now running inside an isolated Linux environment with your NanoClaw workspace directory mounted as the workspace, giving you a safe place to run a NanoClaw. After entering the sandbox, I begin installing Claude Code using npm. The G flag installs it globally inside the sandbox, so the Claude command is available anywhere in that isolated environment. This keeps the installation contained to the sandbox instead of modifying my local Mac. I then check the version, make sure that everything is cool. Next, I use npm to finish installing NanoClaw along with all of its dependencies. It runs NanoClaw's setup scripts checks the installed packages for known security vulnerabilities, and reports that everything installed successfully. Once the command prompt returns, NanoClaw is ready to use. Afterwards, I launch Claude, and since this is the first time launching Claude Code, it walks us through a quick setup wizard. Before launching into the interactive session, Claude Code displays a final safety reminder, emphasizing that AI can make mistakes. It then asks us to confirm that we trust the project folder. This is a security feature that reminds us the agent will be able to read, edit, and execute files within the workspace. I'll go ahead and skip this tour. And now Claude Code has finished launching and recognizes that we're inside the NanoClaw project. It recommends running the NanoClaw.sh setup script from our regular terminal, not from inside Claude Code, because the script is interactive and will automate the remaining project configuration, including installing dependencies, configuring credentials, and preparing our first NanoClaw agent. Now we're back in our regular terminal and running the NanoClaw setup script. This script automates the rest of the installation, walking us through the remaining configuration so NanoClaw is ready to use with minimal manual setup. The setup script is now configuring my NanoClaw assistant. It securely stores my credentials, connects to Claude using my API key that I just provided it, applies the default configuration, and launches the assistant in an isolated sandbox. And as a final check, it sends a simple ping to verify that the assistant is up and responding before we begin using it. I then confirm my time zone and then specify which app I'd like my agent to use, which is WhatsApp. And finally, I can log in via a QR code to access my WhatsApp account and test talking to my agent, asking it a simple question like, what's the weather going to be? And then finally getting a response. So if you followed along and completed the steps, congratulations, you now have NanoClaw running inside a Docker sandbox. In this video, we created and installed the Docker sandbox and completed the NanoClaw setup while keeping the agent isolated in a secure environment. This walkthrough was inspired by a blog by Ajit Raina, particularly this blog here. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, but definitely let me know in the comments what was the most intriguing part in terms of sandboxes that caught your attention, and also what other type of videos related to Docker sandboxes you'd like to see in the future. That's it for now, and I will see you in the next one.